Welcome back, Freshwater Fishing Novices, new viewers. This week, this video, I'm trying to help one of your viewers, specifically for Sam Hawkins down in Tennessee. So let's pop his message up. Sam wrote, "We're visiting New Hampshire in August from Tennessee. Looking for a place I can wade for smallies around Conway. Any local spots you could share?" Well, the problem is, Conway isn't really close to where I am. Probably guessing at least an hour and a half. Just close enough where it's not convenient to go there on a whim. Let's take a look at Conway, New Hampshire. Conway is a small town in eastern New Hampshire in Echo Lake State Park. A trail encirculates the lake, which is overlooked by Cathedral Ledge. Pretty cool. Cathedral Ledge, I've been there, it's pretty neat. Summit offers views of White Mountains to the north of Diana's Bass, a series of waterfalls in North Conway. The Mount Washington Observatory Weather Discovery Center has hands-on climate exhibits. Conway Scenic Railroad vintage trains depart from Victorian stations. That didn't tell us crap, except for a little bit about the town. So now we're looking at the Conway area. We can see Conway here, Conway Lake, we can see the Saco River. Now, what AI was telling me was saying we should check out the Saco River, but I've floated the river. It's pretty slow and meandering. You basically can tube the whole thing, no problem, and it's not vast. It's usually just a drinking river run. It's at least what I did in my third. So I did some research because when I started fishing after I had done the drunken float, I was like, oh dude, I bet the Saco would be awesome because you can just kind of chill float, fish the whole thing, and you kind of just meander. There's no rapids that I can think of in the section I'm thinking. I looked it up and it was fly fishing only, and Sam, you even mentioned that you think there's a section that's non-fly fishing. I don't think that's a thing. I'm not a law officer, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a cop, I'm not a fish and game department officer. So this is not legal advice, but I would stay away from the Saco River unless you're just gonna go float. So the next spot was Ossipee River in Effingham, which isn't Conway, so we're just gonna skip that one. The next one, Conway Lake. Let's look at this. Conway Lake's huge. Just looking at it from the map, you can see how these roads are teeny. I wonder if we can zoom in here, find a boat launch somewhere you might be able to cast from shore. So Conway Lake is kind of a bust if I was looking at it from a distance. There might, maybe right here. What's this? So it looks like this is a swimming section right here. You might be able to fish right here. A little limited. It looks like there's an outlet right here as well. So it might be a good spot to hit. I'd stay away from Conway Lake just without a boat. So this is kind of what I do when I look for fishing spots. I'm kind of looking for road access. Snowbrook, not 100% on that one. Where? Zoom way out. Pawtuckaway Pond in Conway. It's on Quint Street. That makes a difference. Short casts from public access points with Ned rigs or jerkbaits. Focus on lily pads. Submerged timber for largemouth, smallmouth mix. Ideal for quick trips. Pawtuckaway Pond. Where the hell is that? Let's see. Jesus, that's hard to spell. Quawkt Pond. Let's see what that says. Bring me there. All right, so Pawtuckaway Pond. What the hell's going on here? Oh, is that a cloud? What is that? That is weird. Looks like you got a weird mixed picture, so it's hard to read that. Nope. I don't know where the shore access is. I don't see much shore access here either. I feel like that's a waste of time too, brother. All right, let's look at the Swift River, because we were talking about smallmouth and focusing on creeks and wading. So let's see, this is Swift. Nope, that's not how you spell Swift at all. Not river. Swift River is 25.6 miles long. River in the White Mountains in New Hampshire in the U.S. Is a tributary of the Saco, so you might get some, that's pretty good, which flows to the Atlantic Ocean in Maine. Who cares about that? Let's go to the Swift River. This might be a little more hikeable. Now where is the put-in point? Yeah, the Swift, you know what? What is this? Yeah, right here. Whatever this spot is, looks like a spot I would check first. This has parking. What is this location? What route is this? Rocky Gorge Scenic Area. So that scenic area you should be able to access. And it looks like it goes all the way up. Yes, I would. So Sam, what I would focus on, I would be looking at spots at the Swift River. That is for sure. If I was going to go up there and fish for smallmouth and I was going to be wading or walking along the riverbank, I'd be looking at that Swift River. There's another recreational spot, Lower Falls recreational site. Yeah, so there's a bunch of pull-offs and they're spread out. That's a covered bridge you should be able to access right there. There's also parking. So the Swift River so far is the best looking one that I've seen. Sam, that's the one I would be looking at right there. Swift River is right there. So that's, I would definitely focus on Swift River. What's this over here? Yeah, that Swift River runs a long way. I'd be focusing on that Swift River because you can see it goes, let's get in here a little bit. So this over here is the Saco. And if you look, this is going to be the Swift River. And closer, there's a road aside of right here at the beginning part. If we go in, you can see the road runs basically right along it. Now this tree doesn't look very thick, like in all the distance, but if you look at the road, this is a double lane road, so this is approximately 4 times the length, this little tree line, of a double lane road. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff. I look for very tight spots where it's right, so this one right here, that's a parking spot, and you can see there's a picture area where you can take pictures. Oh, delightful. But I'd stop here. It looks like there's another pullover right here. I mean, I can go through the whole river if you want. I don't think anyone wants to watch me do this. Another pullover. So I would focus most of my energy on the Swift River is where I would focus, Sam, if you want to catch some smallmouth. And you'll be able to find multiple spots. It's like not like you're going to, if you find a good spot, you can hang out there all day. But if you want to explore for a couple days, you can go up further, up the Swift River and find more spots, hopefully. And if they're bust and you find a different spot that was slapping, I'd go back to that one. But here's Rocky Gorge Scenic Area. There's another one. Yeah, this Swift River goes on forever. I'd be looking seriously at this Swift River. Oh, here's another crossover where you could check it out. Yeah, the Swift River is the river I'd be looking at as far as smallmouth. The other thing you're going to want to do, let's see. It's saying to use wading staff and cleats. Rocks are slicker than Nashville Paddle Tavern. I don't know what that means. It's supposedly an AI joke. Okay, Sam, other freshwater fishing novices. If I was in Conway, New Hampshire, the best advice I can give without knowing and actually being there and fishing with zero experience, my go-to as far as what I would look at first would be the Swift River, and then I'd kind of work out from there. In my head, the highest probability of catching a smallmouth from shore or wading in Conway would be at Swift River. Yeah, Swift River is the best advice I can give you, Sam. Freshwater fishing novices, new viewers, I'm not sure this video helped at all. Hopefully it helped Sam. I'm sure people in Conway are making fun of me. If you are saying, what the hell are you doing? You don't know what you're talking about. You're right. I have no idea. If you know a better spot in the Conway area to find smallmouth bass for wading, leave it in the comments below so Sam can find it, please. Maybe if Sam's vacation in August somehow lines up with some of my days off, I might zip up there and fish with Sam and maybe try out the Swift River. Just that way you guys have a follow-up. Did that work out? Who knows? I think that's probably a good video to make. Leave a like if you think that's a good idea. If you're not subscribed and you want to see videos of me trying to help other people learn how to fish and possibly meeting up in person with them in New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching the Freshwater Fishing Novice. My name is Moles. I'm the Freshwater Fishing Novice. Hope you guys have a great night, afternoon, weekend. I'll catch you guys next week.